Piracy suit, court orders custody founder Net Nigeria amid allegation. And defamation suit, Rude Boy dismisses viral prison claim. And boxing showdown, Portable Carter Ife bar clash escalates to fight challenge. And in music, Omale confirms new album release date. This program is open for sponsorship, jingles, adverts placement, news and event coverage, personality, society and political interviews, product, service, promotion and commercials. Watch us live on our website www.atlanticnetwork.tv. We are also available on Avo TV channel 205, Limex TV platform, Infastech platform, Apple TV, Niger TV and Iroko TV. Follow us on our social media, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, and on X, Atlantic TV Network. Stay connected by following, subscribing, liking, and sharing our social media content. Quick pit stop, don't go anywhere. The vibe is just getting started. We'll return with more of what's trending. Welcome back. This is Atlantic Television Network and this is ATN Genz, and I'm your host Kingsley Palibo, and I won't be doing the show alone. From the headlines to the studio, I have Irene Appa with me today. Irene, good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you today. It's a privilege. Thank you.
All right, I mean, I'm so excited to have you today, but we have a whole lot to talk about. And top on our list today is the founder of Net Nigeria is currently facing serious legal trouble after a court ordered his detention following a hearing over allegations linked to the operations of the popular entertainment platform. The decision reportedly came after the presiding judge ruled that the case carries significant weight, requiring the accused to remain in custody while investigations and legal proceedings continue. According to reports from the courtroom, the case centers on allegations connected to the distribution of copyrighted content and other activities tied to the platform's operation. For years, Net Nigeria has been one of Nigeria's most widely used sites for downloading movies, music, and entertainment content, but it has also faced criticism from rights holders who argue that such platforms undermine creators by distributing material without proper licensing. The court drama, has now sparked a wider conversation across Nigeria's entertainment and tech spaces about digital piracy, intellectual property protection, and the responsibilities of online platforms. As the legal process unfolds, the case could become a significant test for how online content distribution and copyright enforcement in the country. I mean, in the reported detention of the alleged owner of Net Nigeria has stirred, conversation online. Yeah. What does this case, say about the legal risk surrounding, movie and music production? Basically?
Well, I think privacy is something we should talk about often in the society, because these crafts were brought out by individuals, and these are their intellect, and it's supposed to be protected. So I feel that music and movies should also be protected as well, because these are crafts of people. So this case here, it's trying to how I see it, it's bringing the public to the notice that there are certain punishments for those that utter this what do they call it? That order this
kind of crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and looking at Net Nigeria, it has been one of the most popular entertainment download sites for years. Why is it taking this long? Looking at it, Net Nigeria has existed for close to a decade, and why is it taking this long? For authorities to act if they were alleged, violations.
Nigeria as a country, I feel like we don't take things too serious, except it has happened to an elite.
Yeah.
You find that most of these creatives are not the elite. They are people of middle class. And before this case was maybe taken up, it has affected one of these persons, one of these elites. That's why they are putting pressure or mounting pressure on the owner of Net Nigeria.
Yeah, and talking about this, I mean, a lot of Nigerians did not actually understand, what this actually meant, for the creatives and those producing these movies. Nobody talks about the financial implications, that piracy platform like Net Nigeria, they've had on, creators. I mean, how does it feel, for being, if you're in the shoes of these creators, you produce a movie, you spend millions, hundreds of millions producing a movie, and it's supposed to be on a paid site, or you're supposed to go see it on a cinema, but before you eventually launch your movie, or a day after you launch your movie, it's already available on sites, for you to get it. I mean, how does it feel, when
I feel it's discouraging, because some of them put in a lot of finance, putting a lot of time into making these movies and coming out to see them all over, while the dates, maybe for instance a movie is being produced and you're to see it in a cinema, and 2 days to that day you're seeing it online. It's very discouraging, and most people will not want to see that movie. Once they see it on their phone, they won't have the interest of going back to see that movie on the cinema.
Do you actually think Nigeria as a whole, do not have that cinema culture? It's Nigerians are the ones promoting this actually. Do you feel Nigerians are actually promoting this?
Yeah, I feel they actually promote it, because you rarely see people going out to buy tickets to go to cinemas. They prefer to Netflix, they call it Netflix and chill at home, and they don't mind where they get these movies from. And this act also reduces the financial productivity of these creatives.
Yeah. And looking at this situation, if the allegations are eventually proven in court, I mean, could this actually set a precedent for other people? Because I mean, it has been happening for a very long time in Nigeria. Nigeria has had a whole lot of they've had a whole lot of piracy sites, and it has been going on for a long time. But in recent years, we have seen a good number of reduction in that aspect. So do you think is that they're actually setting a precedent, and before it was a lucrative business for people, and do you think if eventually Net Nigeria is they are brought to book for this crime allegedly they've done, do you think it will set precedents for other people wanting to do this, or people actually doing this already?
Yeah, sure it would, and I feel it would totally, if not reduce the perpetrators of this crime, it will reduce them to a lower rate, because when they see that the law is actually taking full course on these people, they will tend to withdraw their intentions of going into this business.
Right, and moving forward, Single Road Boy, has stepped forward to debunk a viral rumor claiming that a woman had been sentenced to 7 years in prison over a dispute linked to him. The false reports, which circulated widely across social media, suggested that legal actions connected to the artist had resulted in the harsh sentence, prompting confusion and criticism online. Reacting to the claim, Rude Boy firmly dismissed the story, describing it as misinformation and urging the public not to spread unverified narratives. The singer clarified that circulating report that had no factual basis, stressing that people should be careful about believing and amplifying content that has not been confirmed by credible sources. The incident highlights, the growing challenge of misinformation in the digital age, particularly when it involves celebrities whose names can quickly amplify a story's reach. For Rude Boy, the clarification was necessary not only to protect his reputation, but also to correct a narrative that could have serious implications for those falsely implicated in the viral claim. Do you think at some point, our celebrities should learn to ignore, these online rumors, or do you think responding publicly to it is the best way to stop it? Because, no matter how you try to, go against these people, talk against them, try to debunk, there is a whole lot of misinformation coming into the public. So do you think they should just, at some point, they should just ignore these people, or is still replying them the best way to overcome this issue that we have currently?
Firstly, I think misinformation deforms people's character. So to me, I feel coming out to debunk this information is the best thing he did at the moment, because people would want to say, I want to hear from the horse's mouth that it didn't actually happen, and him coming out to actually debunk the information I feel it's a right thing to do. I feel celebrities should come out, and if maybe he was wrong, own up to their mistake, or maybe come up and say, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. It will help ease the tension at that moment. It will help, even if they want to talk about it, they say, oh, he finally came out and it was actually false. So I feel coming out to do that is best.
And do you think, the person who is in question the story is about is someone who falsely, she falsely accused Rude Boy. And Rude Boy said even though she deactivated her account, he will come after her. And our bloggers are still carrying misinformation about him, arresting her. And don't you think it's a cancer that is already in our society, misinformation? People are now afraid to bring out wrong information about people, or to say things that could be damning to people. Don't you think it's a cancer and a virus that's already in the Nigerian scene, because it's been happening for so long, and we've not gotten a solution to this problem? I
feel it's something that it's already in the system, like you said. So coming out or not coming out, it's something that is already there. Mine is people should take responsibilities of their action. For instance, now this case that happened, it's not a nice thing that you should come out and deform somebody. So once you take responsibility of your action, you see that once people start taking responsibility of their action, you see that this stuff will be reduced to the barest minimum. But
don't you think that actually people should not just when taking responsibility of their actions, they should actually serve the full, defamation, and sometimes it has false accusation, it gives up to 7 years imprisonment. And don't you think these people actually should face they should actually face the punishment, for the actual crime? Not just, it's not every time you come out to give to give apologies. Do you think apologies is solving it, or do these people actually need to face the punishment for their
I feel right now apologies is no longer solving it.
Yeah.
We've heard about several persons that were deformed and people came out to apologize. But along the line, you see someone else will be deformed.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is let the actual punishment be melted to anyone that comes out to do such thing. Because it's not a good thing that his children will grow up and find out that my dad did, and he didn't even do it. To his reputation, he spent years in building it, so I don't think it's nice.
And how you know, in this age of social media, I mean, social media will make you to wonder, you know, how hard is it to become? Is it harder for celebrities now, or then, or for celebrities then? And when do you think it's harder to be a celebrity? I mean, in what era? The social media age, is it making it easier to be a celebrity? We compare it to the early 2000s, you know, 2010s, where social media was not really a thing in Nigeria.
Okay, I feel like social media has its good part and its bad part. For the aspect of misinformation and deformation, that's the wrong part of social media. But there are people that are really making it big via social media. There are people that are actually doing well via social media, and it makes this process a little easier. Back then when there was no social media, you find it difficult to know persons. But nowadays you just go on X, go on different social media platforms, you're finding information about people, you're seeing new talents. So I feel social media is a really nice tool for when it comes to bringing out new talents and stuffs.
All right, I mean, we've had a whole lot to discuss, and still there's a whole lot more to discuss in the studio now. But I mean, we have to go on a short break, and when we get back, we will discuss what we have for you. Don't go anywhere. This is still Atlantic Television Network, and this is ATN Genz. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. This is still Atlantic Television Network, and this is ATN Genz, and I'm your host Kingsley Palibo, and I still have Irene Appa in the studio with us. And going still into what we have, controversial street hip-hop artist, Portable and comedian turned musician Kata Ife has sparked a fresh online spectacle after a heated confrontation at a bar reportedly spiraled into a public boxing challenge. Videos circulating online show the two exchanging words, with tension quickly turning into a back and forth that fans say felt more like the build-up to a celebrity fight than a casual disagreement. Following the incident, Portable escalated the drama by daring Kata Ife to settle their differences in a boxing ring. A move that instantly set social media buzzing. Known for his outspoken personality and frequent controversies, Portable framed the challenge as a test of courage, while Kata Ife responded with his own remarks, further fueling the viral moment and turning the clash into entertainment gossip. The drama, has since triggered mixed reaction from fans, some treating it as typical internet showmanship, while others criticize the growing trend of celebrities turning personal disagreements into public spectacles. Whether the proposed boxing match actually happens or fades as another social media moment, the clash once again, shows how quickly celebrity feuds can turn into viral entertainment in Nigerian digital culture. I mean, Irene, if you are being honest, if Portable and Kata Ife boxing match actually happens, would fans actually watch it for entertainment or just for the chaos? What do you think?
I just feel they watch it for entertainment, not for the chaos. I don't think there's any serious thing going on between the both of them. I just feel
really, it's made
up, honestly, because these people they have a way of bringing the attention to themselves. Yeah. So I feel that's what they're actually.
So you're actually saying like you feel like it's content.
I'm feeling the content, right, honestly, because what's there to. Why would they bring it up? Why didn't they just keep it on a low? Why did they post it? It's just for outs, I feel.
Yeah, and at what point, did you actually, this was just content, do you feel like these people they are actually, entertainment should stop looking like street drama? Because like you said, you feel like it's made up, and do you feel like they should stop using this kind of things for content, or you're actually cool with it?
Well, I'm cool with it once it's funny, and Portable is a very controversial person, and he has had issues severally with people, but I feel he doesn't take it to heart, and he's just doing it because that's his personality. But Kata Ife, I don't know, I'm just having this feeling that it's all staged up. It's just for content and entertainment. That's what I feel.
I mean, if you're talking about like you feel it's staged up, but looking at Portable is not a streamer. Yeah. And Portable, and what do you actually see Portable having a future in streaming? Like,
I think if he goes into streaming, he would do very well, because he has the vibe. Everybody wants to see him talk, because even when he's angry, he makes you laugh. So that's one of the things I enjoy about him.
And do you think it won't be too chaotic? Like you said, like, I mean, there will be a whole lot of drama when it comes to the internet to know.
Yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of things from him, and I feel at some point in Nigeria, to keep your mental health in check, that's what we need, honestly. Because if you keep going up with all the things happening around you, and you just feel sad forever.
All right. I mean, you're looking at Kata Ife, going into this issue. I mean, do you think that? Who do you actually think will win this bout if they actually fight, if they actually get into the ring?
Well, I feel Kata is going to destroy Portable.
Really?
I feel Kata. No.
Portable is a street guy.
I know Kata is also a street guy now. Kata is not. He's also a street guy. So I feel it's going to be, well, I don't think it will be easy for both of them. But Kata, I feel I go for Kata.
All right, Kata, you already have a fan here. but looking at this issue, I mean, when is it going to, on a serious note now, I mean, when do we actually know when these people actually have beef? Because if maybe everything is turned into joke, everything is turned into spectacle, I mean, when will we actually know that these people actually have issues with each other?
Well, I don't know what to say anymore, because it seems everything happening in the entertainment industry when it comes to these persons are being staged. So you would not really find out. You will not truly know if they are having beef. I don't think it's easy for us to truly know if they are having beef, because the way it has been occurring in recent times.
And looking at this, I mean, like you said, you feel like it's made up and they are doing this for clout. I mean, do you think in chase of or in pursuit of clout, a lot of Nigerians are doing things that they would not normally do on a normal day?
Especially my gender. We go way too low just to be seen, and it's not a nice thing. It's not a nice thing to do. But if you have an opportunity and you feel maybe that's your calling or your talent, you can do it now. It's fine.
So you think that actually this streaming actually doing streaming is about being shameless actually?
Yes, it's about being shameless. If you don't have family members to talk to you, you don't have, you're not from a family, maybe you're an orphan, you can do this. You don't have friends around you can freely do this. But if you have people that will check up on you once in a while, man, it will be difficult for you to do that. Because me, I cannot do it. Because I have people that would want to talk to me. I have family, I have friends. So these people, most of them, sometimes when we see this content, I'll say, does this girl have a family? Does she have people in her life? That's what I say, because girls are going crazy. Even men are also going crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And now moving on to other issues, music lovers, this is a news for you. Nigerian Afrobeat star, Omale, has officially announced the release of his upcoming album, Tea of Mine, and is set to drop on April 3rd. The singer, revealed the project through his social media platforms, sparking excitement among fans who have been anticipating new music since the success of his previous releases. Known for his emotionally charged, songwriting and introspective sound, Omale has built a reputation for blending Afrobeats with soulful melodies and deeply personal storytelling. Industry observers believe Clarity of Mind, could mark another important phase in his artistic journey, especially as the singer continues to expand his influence on the global Afrobeat scene. The announcement, has already generated buzz across music circles, with fans speculating about possible collaboration and the overall direction of the project. As the April 3rd release date, expectations are rising from what many hope will be another defining body of work from the Port Harcourt-born artist. I mean, he just posted this about 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago, if I'm not mistaken, and the whole internet is on fire already. I mean, how big do you think Omale is?
Well, I feel he's too big to be placed in the top 10 right now in Nigeria. That's how big I feel he is. And I feel his songs has a way of aligning to every soul. There's no way you hear his songs, you will not feel a certain way. His songs has a way of, how will I put it, residing in your heart for a long time.
Yeah, and some critics of Omale always tell you that his music can sound repetitive, emotionally, like it's always a sad song. It's always, is that vulnerability, or his strength, or is it a limitation for Omale? Do you think it's actually a strength or a weakness for him?
Well, I feel it's a strength. People do well in what they know how to do best. And I've heard somebody said, please, before this album is being released, somebody should break his heart. You see how they just want that tune, they just want the melodies from him that way, and I feel it's making way for him as an artist.
But personally, do you think, do you enjoy it? Because I remember the conversation we had earlier, and you were like, you said, I think you said Omale is, he don't vibe with it more really.
Yeah, sometimes. It's not all the time. Is it every time you go through heartbreak? No, not all the time. It's not every time you're depressed, but I feel his song has a way of always being in your heart, even though his songs are always based on depression, heartbreak and stuff like that. It aligns with people in such conditions. Yeah,
and looking at Omale, he has had songs with a lot of top artists. He just had a song with Odumodu Black recently. He had with Shea Vibes, and he had a hit record with Davido last year, and he's going into his album. I mean, are we to expect any of these global superstars, or do you think that Omale does not actually need these people to promote his album?
Well, I would agree with you to some extent, and I would also disagree to some extent. I feel he has what it takes to be globally recognized right now in Nigeria, and also he also needs someone to bring him. When it comes to global music, there are names that you call that everybody would want to listen to. So I feel he needs someone to some extent, and he doesn't need But you cannot judge a person just based on his fans in Nigeria or stuff like that. So
you know, looking at artists like his peers, likes of Ashake, Rema, you look at Victoria and the rest of them. You know, they came out in almost the same period of time. You know, they launched the same period of time. I mean, and look at the body of work he has been able to release. He's the only one with just one album. I mean, do you think the weight would really be worth it for his fans and for music lovers?
I feel the weight will be worth it because every release from him has always been a banger. So there's no exception to this one. That's what I feel.
And you look at this album, do you think this is actually that album that will make him, you know, be globally recognized? Because as much as you love Omale, you can't, Rema has had that level of global dominance that he hasn't had. You know, Ashake has gotten to a level of dominance that he hasn't have. And you look at Omale, do you actually think Clarity of Mind is the album that actually take him to that position where a lot of people believe he's supposed to be? Yeah,
like I said previously. If he has some names in this album, if it features some person in this album, it's going to give him that he's going to give him that edge to be seen globally. That's what I feel. But if it's just him and maybe he adds extra he gives us something with no head, I think maybe it's time he would be globally recognized.
I mean, what's the state of, what do you think is the state of music in Nigeria now? I mean, do you love the way music is going in Nigeria? I mean, there's a whole lot of new artists, there's a whole lot of new sounds coming up in music. I mean, are you really conversant with these sounds? Do you actually listen to them? What do you think of the new musicians coming up?
Well, I think to some point they are trying. There's there's nobody in the world that doesn't love Nigerian music. So I feel, yes, take it anywhere. There's nowhere that our songs are not being streamed. So I feel this upcoming, they are not, these artists, like the ones that are the new generation artists, they are also doing well as well. They are doing well, and I feel it's okay for now. Though I don't vibe to all their songs though. Yeah, personally I don't.
But what do you vibe to personally?
Well, I love Wizkid. I'm the only person that loves Wizkid and Davido at the same time.
Really? So what have you imagined seeing, you know, Wizkid and Davido on this album?
I've not on this album, but them being in the same song. It would be something else. Like I can't wait. I can't wait
magic,
to get,
you know, Omale, Wizkid, Davido on a song.
It will be mind-blowing.
Who on that song?
You said?
Who will be the best on that song, actually?
I feel it's Davido.
You actually said who you love more.
I didn't say who I love more. I said
But you chose Davido, actually.
Okay, I chose him because he's a nice person. Let's not go there. Not because of his
better music than me.
No, I think, sorry to say, Wizkid has more edge in music than he has, but he's loved.
Alright, you've heard from Irene herself. She said Wizkid is better than Davido.
I didn't say that, please. I just said I didn't say that though. I didn't say that, please. I
mean, we've had a whole lot of fun on the show today. We've had a whole lot to discuss. I mean, but this is where we will have to wrap it up on the show today. Thank you, Irene, for coming.